Yes, thank you, Steph.
Speaking earlier today, Stefan Dujarric, spokesperson for UN Secretary General Antonio Guterres, condemned the attacks on UN peacekeepers, warning that such action breach international law.
Attacks against peacekeepers are in breach of international law, including international humanitarian law, and they may constitute war crime. He called on all parties, including the IDF, to refrain from any and all actions that put our peacekeepers at risk.
The United Nations Interim Force in Lebanon, or UNIFIL, also confirmed that peacekeepers had been injured in recent attacks.
There have been some deliberate attacks against our troops, and peacekeepers were injured. So this is not only a violation of Resolution 1701, it's also a serious violation of international humanitarian law, and the parties have the obligation to protect peacekeepers and ensure the safety and security of our troops.
Adding to urgency of these reports, Dr. Tom Clonan, Irish senator and former army captain, spoke about the long history of violence faced by Irish peacekeepers in the region.
It's a matter of public record, I'm sorry to say, but that Israel have targeted our peacekeeping troops in the past. But to balance that, I would say we have also been targeted by Hezbollah and other Islamic resistance groups. So, for example, in the case of Ireland, we've lost about 50 troops there over the last number of decades. And 50% of our casualties would have been inflicted upon us by Hezbollah, and the other 50% by the Israelis and some of their military proxies. So this is a long-established pattern and cycle of violence in the region.
Meanwhile, the Dutch Foreign Minister, Caspar Veldkamp, has also condemned the attacks, confirming that he raised the issue with Israeli officials.
Yeah, I've called the Israeli Foreign Minister, Israel Katz, yesterday, and I have expressed that this is unacceptable and this should stop, and it should be investigated as soon as possible. The IDF has also indicated that it would investigate itself these shootings and incidents. This has to stop.
Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu is facing intense backlash from international leaders following reports of deliberate attacks on UN peacekeepers near the Lebanon border. Diplomats and officials have condemned Israel's actions, accusing Netanyahu of reckless decision-making that endangers international peacekeepers and destabilizes the region.